Hello everyone, JSimLady here. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. This is part 2 of a little 3-part series about a row of townhouses that I am doing for Forgotten Hollow in my Sims 4 save file. And we are working on apartment number 1, which belongs to an older couple. Older in like the sense of age, but also in like they've been vampires for a long time now. They're kind of stuffy old world vampires. They definitely are, not how do I put this delicately? They are not vegetarians. They're definitely of the older sort of vampire type. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of stuffy. They mostly keep to themselves, but one exception of that is the little family next door, which we will be decorating the home for in just a moment. They adore the little family next door. Typically, in these sorts of situations where you've got like older, crankier, stuffier people, and then next door you have a sort of opposites type family, or you've got like a laid back, gentle, quiet older couple, and then a younger, rambunctious family. The neighbors tend to butt heads a lot. But in this case, despite the two families being very opposite, the older vampires being more of the old world and kind of a little bit more generally on the conservative side of that sort of thing. They've made good friends with the family next door, and the family next door you'll have to wait and hear about when we get to that part. I tried to make it very vampire-esque, but also elderly-esque, and just kind of generally dark and moody and like mysterious and that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's an older couple. They're from the older times and whatnot, so definitely prefer the older, darker vampire ways. Hence the purple and the black curtains and all that fun stuff. I gotta tell you, these townhouses are small. They're fine. I mean, we don't all need giant mansions with rooms with like 4 bedrooms that can all fit king-size beds in them. But with the scale in The Sims 4 and with the restrictions in sim movement around certain objects, yeah, smaller houses are definitely harder to decorate and fill with furniture, and these definitely qualify as smaller homes for sure. You almost need just that extra space around objects so it doesn't cause problems. But here's the funny thing. I was watching a James Turner video recently, and he made your basic everyday kitchen. There were only 2 counter spaces free. One was an open, empty, like regular counter space next to the stove, and the other one was a corner counter piece. On one side was a counter with a sink, and on the other side of the corner was the stove. And his sim just automatically went to the corner counter and used it. And made a meal on it, and I'm so furious at my game because I have tested that over and over and over again. And for some reason, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I cannot get Sims in my game to use corner counters with or without objects on them. I have done empty corner counters. I have done corner counters that had objects on them via move objects on. And I've had corner counters that have had objects placed on them in the slot spots. And nothing works for me. My Sims will not use corner counters. If that's the only counter available to them, they will just stand there waving their hand at me. And it's so frustrating. Why are my Sims so much dumber than everybody else's? Or what is it that I'm doing wrong that creates these problems? Anyways, I love this home. It's so moody and cozy. This would be the perfect home to cozy up in on a cold winter day and just like read or watch TV or whatever. It's not generally my style, but there is a strange sort of warmth to it, and our weather here lately has been so up and down, it's obnoxious. We will go, I mean, it's typical from where I live. We get brutally cold winters and like blistering hot summers. Like, we see it all. We get all 4 seasons, and it's not as fun as everybody thinks it is. So we can go from 40 degrees one day to 80 degrees the next day. Literally. It happens regularly. And we're in that season right now where you get really warm days for like 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden the temperature will just bottom out and it'll do nothing but rain for a week. And it's like, are you serious? So it was really cold and rainy the day that I started the inside of this, and I was definitely going for a moody, cozy vibe, along with the aesthetic of this is an older vampire couple, both in age and amount of time of being a vampire, and they would naturally gravitate towards this stuff anyways. This ornate, over the top, like just almost maximalist, but also kind of not. And you would think an older vampire couple would be maximalist and they would just have so much stuff built up everywhere. But in this case, this couple has recently moved here to this building, and they dumped almost all of their stuff. Like, they sold it, got rid of it, gave it away when they moved here so they could kind of start over in a way, because they're bored. They've been vampires for a very long time, and they know a lot of stuff, and they've seen a lot of stuff, and the world changes, but it doesn't change that fast. And so they're bored, and every once in a while they start over and try and make a go of it from scratch again. And now we're in the next apartment over, apartment 2, and this is a definitely brighter, cheerier, happier home in terms of the decorating style. Not that dark and moody can't be a happy home. It can. It's just this is very young and energy specific, you know, for Sims that have the energy and stuff for all this bright cheeriness, which I do not. I don't know what possessed me to do such a bright, cheery, energized build. Maybe I'm compensating for my exhaustion and my pain. But anyways, this is a young gay couple, and they have adopted a son. He is currently an infant, but soon to be a toddler, and so they've got a mishmash of infant and toddler related items in their home because kids grow up really fast, even in The Sims. And despite all the stereotypes out there in the world, this couple and the older, more conservative vampire couple next door have made wonderful friends. They often spend time together and have dinners together, and the older couple watch the infant for the younger couple frequently, and it's actually a very pleasant arrangement. They enjoy each other's company very frequently, and I think the older vampire couple also enjoys having a child around. They never had any children of their own, so it's not something that they got to experience, and up until this point in their undead lives, is that zombies or is that vampires? They're not lives. You know what I'm trying to say. They just never really spent a lot of time around people who had children. And so now they're kind of taking on that sort of adventure, helping their neighbors with their toddler son, and they're enjoying every minute of it. And it's been fun for all of them. It's kind of an opposites attract situation, and it's working out for everybody. I do try to keep some of the main items similar-ish across the apartments. Fixtures that would be here already when you moved in, like toilets, sinks, stoves, that kind of stuff. But, they've been maybe painted, like the cabinets, or upgraded over the years or something. I kind of wanted to give it a feel like this is an apartment building and they are renting, but also maybe they kind of own it a little bit too. Like, I know in some of these types of buildings you can own your apartment and therefore you can do whatever you want with it. In The Sims 4, it feels like we have a unique mixture of both I'm renting this apartment, but also I own it and I can change whatever I want inside of it. So for me, I look at it more as they're not really renting so much as maybe they're paying off a mortgage, so they own it, essentially. And that's what I have in my head when I'm playing the game. And so many of the features or fixtures, are old and they've been here for years and years and are part of the building, and so they're similar across all of the apartments, with just maybe slight changes and upgrades over time to some of them, hence the different colorings of the bathroom fixtures. I weirdly think that this wallpaper from Life and Death is adorable. Do you think it's weird to use it in a nursery? I think it's adorable. I kind of like it, like a lot, obviously, because I put it in this nursery. And I actually feel like it kind of works as a nursery wallpaper. You let me know down in the comments what you think of this wallpaper and whether it works or not, but I kind of think it works. I don't know. Maybe that's weird. Maybe my daughter is starting to have an effect on me. She is very into the dark and moody and, emo, grunge aesthetic and stuff like that. And she can put together some of the most adorable outfits I've ever seen. And I think she's like starting to, uh, how would you say that? Like, I like her skull and roses sweatshirt. I think it looks really cool, and I think she puts an outfit together with that sweatshirt really well, and I think the outfit looks so cute. So, yeah, my aesthetic is not going to change. I am still a very light, bright, prefer like coastal, but also maybe hints of boho and transitional styles. Just things that are white, light wood, bright, airy, and fun and colorful as well. So basically the opposite of my daughter, and yet I think the clothes that she puts together are really cute. They're really nice outfits. So maybe I don't have just one style. Maybe I like all styles. I don't know. But I do gravitate towards the lighter, brighter, somewhat boho, mostly transitional, sort of modern, traditional stuff for sure. I don't know. Don't ask me. The speed build's almost done, and then you can stop listening to me talk. If you're watching this part of the video, leave a couple of little emojis signifying like an opposites attract situation. And I think we are just about ready to get into the walkthrough. Shouldn't be too much longer here. Few more seconds. I'm drawing it out. I've got nothing else to say. Oh, yep, I think that's the end. There we go. Okay, so here we are. This is the row of townhouses here in Forgotten Hollow. We've got the old mansion turned apartments over there, and the rest of the stuff I haven't really worked on yet. We'll get there someday. But I wanted to add lots more housing options here. So let's go into the first one here. The older, been vampires longer couple over here. From the outside, they are definitely more stuffy, more conservative, but as you heard, they are actually not as bad as they first seem. So you walk right into the kitchen. We're a little bit high up. There we go. We walk right into the kitchen, and of course they're vampires. And in this particular family, they don't, let's go up just a little bit there. They don't need the kitchen at all because they are not vegetarian vampires. So they don't really have a use for the kitchen at all. It just sits there for this family. I guess they might maybe use it for guests when guests come over. This mouse is such a pain. Anyways, right here is the living room and reading space, a little dining nook. Like I said, these homes are incredibly small. And then we have the little downstairs bathroom. You've seen the backyard, but let's take another little peek at it. So we've got their little rose garden here. And then we can go upstairs over here. I don't know. What do you guys think? When I'm doing these darker, moodier places, should I also paint the ceilings? I always just leave them because every home I've ever been to in my life, or 90% of them that I've seen online, maybe given my personal style, have all had white ceilings. So here is the hallway, and because there's not a lot of space in this house, the dresser armoire thing is in the hallway, and then they have some, this mouse, they have some cabinets here for storing some of the things that they've collected over the years. And then this is the husband's like fixing hobby whatever he wants to do room. He fixes old bikes, he fishes. He was a long, long time ago, I don't know, I guess maybe in the Navy or something. Yeah, so that's what that room is. Then we have the little upstairs bathroom and the bedroom for the adults, the primary bedroom, I guess, because it's the only one that'll fit a double bed. Basic, not too cluttered, but cozy. And there you have that one. Let's go over to the other apartment next door. So for this one, we have the very fun, loving, bright, and cheery young gay couple who have adopted a son. He is currently an infant, but will soon be a toddler. They do use their kitchen because children, well, in this case, the child is not a vampire at all, has no vampire bloodline, because the child was adopted. They don't have any intentions to turn the child into a vampire ever, unless, like, as an adult, the child decides to do that, but they have no intentions of doing that. But because it is a human child, they do, in fact, need the kitchen. And they've got a little dining space here for the family. Plenty of places to hang family photos. Then we have the cozy living room and the little downstairs bathroom here. Nice, bright, cheery. We have the little backyard specifically set up just to allow their child to play. They don't really care about the landscaping and stuff just yet. Maybe when their child is older they will, but for now they don't care. Let's go upstairs, and again, the bedrooms are very small, so the armoire dresser is in the hallway, so they have a place for clothes. Then here is the adorable little nursery. I love this nursery so much. It's so cute. The little kitty in the corner. It's very blue and yellow, but I hope and I feel like that fits really well in with the rest of the house. Then we have the little bathroom here. Nothing special or fantastic, just a basic bathroom. And then the parents' bedroom. Again, they're living through the toddler years right now, so everything is very basic. They keep things picked up as much as possible. There is a bassinet here because they are considering adopting more children in the future, potentially. So there's a little bassinet there for them. And yeah, these are the two houses so far. Let me know what you think down in the comments, how you're liking this space right now. And I'll be honest with you, at the time of recording this, I don't have any idea. I mean, I have some vague ideas, sort of, for who's going to be living in the other two apartments, but who do you think should be living in the other two apartments? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!